Our top story tonight, your vote, your nation, and the final debate in this unprecedented year in the race for the White House.
Stage is set in Nashville, Tennessee tonight. Here's a live look at Belmont University, the debate that will feature a new measure, a mute button.
It is also the first debate since President Trump contracted COVID-19. The debate commission decided the second debate would be virtual following that diagnosis. However, the president said he would not participate in that, and ultimately it was canceled. But tonight, a final face-off, as more than 42 million Americans have already cast their ballots. That's about 30% of the total vote from 2016. NewsNation's national political correspondent Dean Reynolds live in the newsroom with a preview of what we should expect to see tonight. Dean.
Tonight, heading into the final debate, President Trump has been suggesting that the encounter will be biased. He and his campaign have criticized the questions and the moderator who will be asking them, as well as the rules and unprecedented microphone mute button introduced to minimize disruptions. Former Vice President Biden spent all week prepping and says he's optimistic about how it will go.
Hopefully he's going to play by the rules. Hopefully everybody's been tested. Hopefully it's all worked out this way the rules are. I'm looking forward to this. Thank you.
The president has been campaigning all week, and he made clear last night in North Carolina that he especially dislikes one of the debate topics he will be asked to address.
All you hear is COVID, 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 COVID. That's all they put on because they want to scare the hell out of everyone.
The president backed out of the second debate after it was decided that it would be held with the candidates in two separate locations because of his recent illness. The debate in Nashville comes as an outbreak of COVID-19 in the city is worsening. Since the start of October, Nashville has faced a sharp rise in new infections and hospitalizations. So all of those attending tonight's event are supposed to be tested and masked. The president tested positive 2 days after the first debate on September 29th in Cleveland, where his family members and aides removed their masks after being seated. In addition to the pandemic, tonight's topics are to include race, national security, climate change, leadership, and American families. They were selected by moderator Kristen Welker of NBC News. The president called her a radical Democrat who is, quote, no good. The president's allies would also like to see questions about the financial dealings of Joe Biden's son, Hunter. And today, David Bossie, a key Trump campaign aide, attacked the Presidential Debate Commission itself, arguing in a Fox News post that it can be added to what he called the vast anti-Trump conspiracy, along with the left-wing media, academic elite, Hollywood, and an army of deep state bureaucrats. Kenneth Wallach, a co-chair of the debate commission, said this about the criticism.
We're very cognizant of our nonpartisan mission of trying to carry on debates that serve and inform the interests of the American people.
Despite all their misgivings, the president and his team are well aware that this debate is the last time in the general election that he will be able to reach such an enormous audience all at once. It's a golden opportunity no candidate can pass up. Marnie?
All right, Dean, and there are coronavirus protocols in place for tonight's debate. Originally, the debate commission installed 2 plexiglass shields to separate the nominees. Earlier, though, this evening, they were removed after President Trump and Joe Biden tested negative for the virus. Dr. Anthony Fauci and both campaigns signed off on that. About 200 people will be in the audience. They will be allowed inside the arena, and they underwent COVID-19 testing, and they are also required to wear masks and remain socially distant.